Superman wasn't called Superman, he was called Clark Kent. Spider-Man was called Peter Parker. Batman was called Bruce Wayne. Because it's not about what I look like on the outside, it's about who I am. Come on, somebody. On the inside. That's why no matter where you go, people can't stand you. Because you like me, you jealous of me. No, they hating on your greatness. Romans chapter 1, verse 15. We're talking about destiny being fulfilled, right? Fulfilling destiny, it coming to pass. So this is appropriate. So as much as in me is, I am ready. I'm ready to preach the gospel to you that are at Rome also. That's where we're going to stop. I want to talk about this afternoon, ready or not. Sit down. That's it. Touch three people, say ready or not. If they stuck up, just do it this way. Ready or not, here I come. All right. Amen. 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 Y'all so fleshy. Young people, listen to me. I am on assignment more now than ever, and it kind of lines us up with where we're going to be, or the vein of preaching I'll be in probably all next year. This whole concept of greatness, okay? And I've discovered in prayer time that people that are miserable are usually people whose spirit is uncomfortable with where their life is. Okay? You know, I look around and you see so many people that just, have an attitude for no reason. You see what I'm saying? And like, it don't matter what you say to some folks. They just mad at the world, right? So like, I started praying about that, and I realized something. People that walk around and are miserable and like, one minute they cool and the next minute you be like, what you going through? Like where did that come? Like people take a turn on you, right? One week they cool and you be like, dang, we best friends, we cool. And then like the next week you be like, whoa. I've discovered that the days or the weeks or the hours where they're cool with you are moments when they have been able to forget the fact that they're not where they want to be. And moments when they can't hide their attitude is when they realize the fact that their soul is unfulfilled. And so I want to lift that off of you all. And I'm not going to take all day to do it. I want to lift that off of y'all. I will not pastor a church and pastor a people that while I'm going to the mountaintop, you guys stay in the valley celebrating me. I want y'all to come up. I want y'all to come up with me. I want us to all go to the top. Have y'all really read this Bible? Like, not just when you're in trouble. I'm talking about really go through it and come across some of these awesome characters that are in here. Like Abraham, who gave birth to an entire nation, right? Or Moses, who was able to lead 1 million people out of Egypt and cross the Red Sea. Or what about Samson, who was able to bring down an entire house and destroy a whole fleet of enemies with one yank? Or David, who did what? He slayed what? A giant. He slayed Goliath. Or Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who was able to survive a fiery furnace. Or Daniel, who went night-night with lions. And the lions didn't touch him. Those are great stories, right? Until it clicks to you, they're not stories. It's reality. It sounds like a great plot to a movie until it clicks to you that this is not fictitious. This is not something we made up. This happened for real. These mortal beings served a mighty God, a powerful God, who decided to use simple beings to do something that had never been done before. Now, why does that pertain to you? Why am I preaching that today? Because I want you all to get out of this notion that you're just regular, that you're just common, that you're just an average person, that you're nothing more than a social security number. But in actuality, in the hands of God, you are a beast. In the hands of God, you are strong. In the hands of God, you are mighty. In the hands of God, you will perform something and do something that has never been done before, ever in your family, ever in your neighborhood, ever in your community. Somebody say amen. What if I told y'all that God was not done writing? What if I told you that Paul was not the last that he would use to do something that was unmeasurable? What if I told you you're the next Paul? What if I told you you're the next Esther? What if I told you you are the next Joseph? What if I told you that God never left the Bible for us to read about what he could do back then, but he left the Bible for us to read so we know what kind of God we serve, that the same God that did it back then is the same God that can do it right now. Here's the shout, and better. Somebody say this with me: God is building my resume. How many know that before you go and apply for that career that you want, you got to have a resume, right? Before you go after an American Express card, you got to build your credit. Y'all not hearing me? If you don't have good credit, you're not able to get what it is that you really want to get. And that's why God has got to take you through the things that you don't want to go through, because he's got to build your testimony. He's got to build your resume. He's got to build your credit so that when he sends you out there in the vineyard, you won't be talking from hearsay. You'll be talking about what you've been through, and you'll be able to tell people, I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm not telling you that God feeds you because that's what I'm supposed to say. I'm telling you he'll feed you because when I was hungry, he made a way out of no way for me, and he put food on my table. Somebody holler, he's building my... Why is God fooling with me? Why would God mess with somebody as low down and no good as me? Why? Because he wants to do something great. God didn't save you from all he saved you with so the best you can get out of your life is a 9-to-5 and a pension. See, that's what's wrong with some of y'all. Your expectations are low. Your expectations are low. All y'all want to do is, now I'm not apologizing. Some of you all are comfortable with, if all I can do is just work for Securitas, and if all I can do is get me a little job while I'm working a couple of part-time shifts, then to God be the glory. No. God brought you here today to tell you that he did not save you so that the best you can do is work double shifts. What if I told you he wanted to use you to discover something that ain't been discovered? What if I told you that the cure to cancer was probably in this room? What if I told you that the cure to HIV was probably in this room? Ain't nobody, Michael, ain't nobody talking back to me. What if I told you that certain airplanes that will be built to be able to take us around the world faster than we can ever be might be in this room right now? You don't walk in with your head hung down when you know that God is with you. You walk in knowing if God be for me. You don't want to admit it. So rather than turn to God and ask God to teach you to be a good steward, amen, you have to hide your money under a pillow like God can't come get that. That are with you, you need to walk in the door a little bit better than how you've been walking in. God never brings into this world empty packages. Never. Everything he brings in this world has fulfillment already on the inside of it. God has hand selected you. You are not a random. You are not a random. So stop answering like you're a random. God handpicked you. He selected you before the foundation of the world. He searched through time and found you in eternity and snatched you and brought you alive in the year and the time that he wanted you to be alive in. He selected you by his hand. His all-knowing mind knew you were the person for the job. Nobody else. He didn't want nobody else. He wanted you. Find somebody that's kingdom. Forget these church folks and look at somebody and say, did you hear what I said? I ain't flat. And I don't want a flat life. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Many of you all that can get your hair done, but you don't have your own room, that's a flat life. Many of y'all that got sounds in your car and rims on your truck but ain't got a driveway to put it in, that's a flat life. Ain't nobody saying that. Everybody that got heels on but can't feed your children, that's a flat life. Y'all ain't talking back to me. So like I said, look at somebody and say, I ain't flat and I ain't living a flat life. Come on somebody, you got a nice weave in but you ain't smart. That is a flat life. Huh? You look good, but you're making all the wrong decisions. That's a flat life. If all your life is hand-me-downs and borrowing from everybody and having your hand out and hoping that somebody give you something from their closet, that's a flat life. I don't care if your feelings is hurt. God is calling you to do more with your life. I want to live a life where I walk in and the white person says, you ain't supposed to be in here. And I say, shut up, put it on my card. That's the kind of life I want. Somebody holler back at your boy if you're not gonna live a flat life. No, come on, y'all. Come on now. Watching everybody else graduate, flat. Celebrating everybody else's wedding, flat. Ain't nobody saying, amen. Jealous of somebody else's man and woman, flat. Touch your neighbor and say, it ain't gonna be me. As a matter of fact, lay hands on somebody and say, I prophesy that these next 5 years about to be come up. Didn't nobody say nothing. I said, if you don't prophesy over yourself, say the next 5 years about to be my come up. Everything I do is about to be about to come up. Everything I go is about to be about to come up. And I'm not gonna have to lie to get it. I'm not gonna have to cheat to get it. I ain't gonna have to twerk it to get it. I ain't gonna have to drop it to get it. All I'm gonna do is trust God. Well, look in 3 directions. Say the come up is real.